What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Goblin, and today we're coming in with a hoot and a holler. Drop a like if you guys do enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And also, I got banned on Instagram. Follow my new Instagram. Hey, if they can't keep me down, drop a follow, keep up with my backup account until my main one is back up. Listen, we already got over 10,000 on there. Go drop a follow, get me to 20, let's go crazy. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for showing love to the new Instagram. And without further ado, let's dive right. Oh, also, the new Instagram is GBLN420. That's it. Nice and simple. GBLN420. Go follow me. Either way, without further ado, let's dive right into the video. So, this took place back in my high school days, which those of you guys who have been watching this channel for a little while probably could already assume, because I haven't done DXM or any form of cough meds since my, early days of drug use. I'm talking, early, right? And in this particular video, this is actually one of my first times hanging out with my buddy Sam, who is a character in some of my more recent stories, most notably the story about trying to wingman for my buddy Bill. This took place at Sam's apartment, but this was before Sam had his own place or anything of that sort, right? So on this particular day, I remember I'd gotten out of school and I was pretty bone dry. I had no weed, I didn't really have any money, and I was hitting up any and everybody trying to find some shit to do. And absolutely nobody had anything to do. I was trying to find even just one hit off a bowl. Let me take a tap off a one-hitter. Let me smoke resin. I would have done anything at this point, right? Which is probably why I ended up doing this, what I'm about to tell you. So, I hit up everyone that I can think of, and Sam is the first one that hits me back. He's like, yo, dude, you trying to hang out or what? I hit him up and I was like, yeah, dude, for sure. Let's do some shit. You know, no one else seems to be wanting to do anything. What are you trying to do? Sam's like, oh, yeah, dude, I got some weed, man. You should come over, you know? So I'm like, dude, sounds great. Say less. I'm excited. So I get my shit ready and I go over to Sam's house, right? I take an Uber over there, and the classic Uber strategy is, well, at least back in the day, I don't think they do this anymore. But back in the day, there used to be a coupon code where every new account could get $20 off their first ride. But there was absolutely no limit, right? You could just, you could do, there was no spending limit. So you could make an account, take a $19 ride, and then make a new account while you're at your destination, take another free ride home. It was easy. And back then, they didn't verify any of the phone numbers the way they do now. So you could use Text Now or other phone number apps or texting apps to make a new account. It was clutch. So naturally, that's exactly what I do, right? I sign up on the Ultimate Uber Finesse, I make a new account acting like I've never used Uber before, and I get myself a ride over to Sam's house, you know? I didn't know what we were going to be doing at Sam's on this particular day, but I didn't have access to my car, and I remember that very vividly. Reason being, my parents, particularly my mom, was very pissed at me at this point. I don't remember the exact reason, but I just remember I did not have my car. God only knows what caused my car to get taken away at that point. Realistically, my mom probably found my weed. That was a every other week occurrence where she'd find my weed and then take my keys for a few days. You know, I mean, shit happens, man. You know, it is what it is. But either way, I Uber my way over to Sam's house, and I get there, and I dap him up, and it's literally just Sam chilling there. Sam and myself. I'd hung out with this kid maybe a couple times prior. We got to know each other originally in summer school, which was the summer before this happened, and, you know, we still hadn't hung out a ton, but we hung out a few times, and I knew him pretty well. One thing that I wasn't used to from Sam yet, that I now understand, is Sam will say whatever it takes to get you to come kick it with him. The guy just wants some fucking company. So, if he doesn't have any weed or anything to throw, he doesn't care. He will lie and say he does, right? I have caught on to that over the years. If Sam says he has weed or some sort of drug, assume he doesn't and be surprised if he does, all right? You got to go into it knowing, yeah, you're just going to kick it with Sam. He's not going to have anything to throw. But that's fine. He's a funny guy. So I go over there and I'm like, yo, Sam, my boy. And I'm excited because my man told me he's got some weed. He's like, dude, listen, I don't have any weed, man. But we got there, and as soon as we get there, I even brought blunts, bro. I was so excited. I asked him, I was like, dude, when he told me he had weed, I was like, should I bring blunts? He's like, yeah, go ahead. So I get there with blunts, and he's like, all right, listen, man, I thought I had more weed, dude. I don't have any weed. And I'm like, well, I mean, we're already here. What are our choices? And we're sitting there and we're brainstorming, and we're a little far away from the grocery store. It's a bit of a hike to go steal some liquor. Pardon me, I just burped a little bit. Just drank me a little bit of soda. It is what it is. But hey, Dr. Pepper on top. Hey, back on topic here, though. So, we're sitting there and we're brainstorming what the fuck to do. We're thinking, hey, we could go steal some liquor, but the grocery store is too far. And we come to the conclusion that, hey, we're going to go raid the fucking medicine cabinet in his mom's bathroom. It was the only idea, dude. It was the only thing possible. Originally, Sam was like, yo, dude, I used to have this I had this hydro script, I thought. But then he brought that up, and he was like, oh, no, never mind. Now that I think about it, I think I took them all. Maybe he was just trying to hide them. Whatever. Maybe he realized he didn't want to share the hydros. Whatever. But we go up to the bathroom, right? And we're looking through all the cabinets in this bitch. He's like, come on, dude, start fucking looking. Because originally he's looking, and I'm standing back. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't really want to, run this guy's fucking parents' room. But the guy invited me. He's like, dude, come on, let's take a fucking look. So we're looking around here trying to find anything. Who knows? Maybe Sam's OG has a little fucking bottle, a little shooter in there or something. Who knows what we're going to find? Maybe she does tweak on the weekends. Who knows? I sure as hell didn't, but Sam was a crazy guy, and I wouldn't put it past his mother to maybe smoke some tweak. So we're looking around, and I'm getting a little excited. I'm getting hyped up, just imagining the possibilities. And the only thing we stumble upon is cold medicine. In particular, the godforsaken NyQuil. Now, I don't care how many years it's been since I've taken NyQuil. I will never forget the taste of NyQuil because of how many times I have used and abused it. And by the way, if you're out there and you're watching this and you're someone who's thinking of, which you shouldn't, by the way, but if you're someone who's stupid enough to want to get high on cold meds, all right? Don't do it with NyQuil. NyQuil is one of the worst, least safe ones to do it with. There's so many other active ingredients that are not good for you, right? But I will never forget that disgusting taste. I don't even know how to, it's like slightly minty, but it's just fucking gnarly, dude. But either way, I actually need a sip of water because I'm reimagining the taste so hard that I actually taste it, bro. This is fucked up. I need water. Oh, that just helped a lot. Okay. All right, back on topic. So, we bust out this NyQuil. And for some reason, I guess this guy's mom just went to Sam's Club for fucking everything. She had a pallet of fucking NyQuil. Not literally a pallet, but it was a 6-pack, bro. I didn't even know they sold NyQuil in this kind of bulk, bro. We find this shit, and I'm like, bro, what the why does she have so much NyQuil? What is going on? And I noticed as we're looking at that, everything else she had was bulk. Q-tips, bro, I swear to God, if we got nuked today, if Fallout 4 became real, she's Q-tip plugged up, dude. She had all the survival materials, dude. It was crazy. And that was always a theme of going to Sam's house. Whenever we'd go there, especially in the fridge, this fucking guy would always have the most random shit in bulk, like charcuterie boards and all sorts of snacks and shit. Snacks, dude. Why did I just fuck up my S's? I can't talk. Either way, it was a blast. But back on topic here. We bust out this NyQuil. And we're like, well, there's no liquor really around the house. His mom didn't drink, it seemed. There's no weed. We're both broke. We don't have wheels. This is it, fellas. This is it. So we go back down to the living room. We go back downstairs. And we're sitting down there and we're watching some Netflix. And we're just like, well, dude, we should play some games and fucking drink this shit. And I'm like, bet, say less. So Sam opens his bottle, and this demon drinks the whole fucking thing. I'm talking bottoms up this bottle. I don't know. Listen, if you asked me 4 years ago, I probably knew this information. I don't know the exact amount of DXN that's in a full NyQuil bottle, but I know that it's quite a bit, and also the other active ingredients in it are enough to destroy your fucking gullet. But I see this guy bottoms up the entire bottle. And naturally, I do the same. I look at this guy and I'm like, all right, well, Sam's doing it. Cheers, boys. Let's fucking do it because I'm stupid, all right? So I bottoms up the bottle with him. And we're sitting there and I fight for it, dude. I'm trying so hard because I'm like, well, I can't have Sam show me up, you know? I mean, this guy got the bottle down. I got to get the bottle down too nice and smooth. But I'm sitting there fighting for it, bro. NyQuil is thick, and it coats your fucking throat. And it is disgusting. I'm having a Nom-style flashback right now. That shit was brutal. But either way, I get the NyQuil down the hatch, and now we're sitting there. Maybe a good 30, 40 minutes go by of us just chilling out playing some Call of Duty. The good old days, man. Listen. COD nowadays don't hit the same. Split screen is lame now. Call of Duty's boring now. Cold War sucks. But back in the day, Hey, that Black Ops was different, I'll tell you what. So we're chilling out at Sam's, and we're playing some good old Call of Duty, right? Maybe a good 30 to 40 minutes go by. And I start feeling real fucking weird. Real fucking jiggly. It feels like my FOV just went up a solid 20 degrees. And everything around me is kind of zoomed out a little bit. I remember I'm sitting on this couch, and I just got plastered out of nowhere. This is probably some of the most intense visuals that I've ever had from DXM. I just remember sitting there, and it literally just felt like I got plopped into a video game. Like, everything had this weird grain film over it felt like. And everything was zoomed out, and it felt like shit was moving slow. Like, I was sitting there, and I was like, bro, is my fucking cranium lagging? Like, what's happening? I'm sitting there, maybe like 15 minutes of this go by, and I look over to Sam, and I'm like, dude, are you feeling this shit yet? Because I'm fucked. And he looks over and he's like, I'm all right, man. You know, I'm decent. And I hadn't taken into account that Sam does a lot more of the cold meds than me. Sam is a DXM demon, okay? I was never quite at that stage. You know, I did my fair share, yeah. I might have taken some triple C's at school, some Delsim, whatever. It's part of life. But this guy, he was head and shoulders above pretty much everyone else I knew in terms of drug consumption. Not everyone, but the majority of people that I knew, this guy was just on demon time 24/7. You put any drug in front of him, he did it. I'm pretty sure, if I recall correctly, I think this guy actually smoked meth, like, just willingly one time. Like, just to give it a go. Big ups to him, because that's something that I didn't have the nuts to do quite yet. Keyword yet, right? But back on topic. So, we're chilling. He's like, yeah, I'm feeling all right. And maybe another, I don't know, a little bit goes by of us just playing zombies, and I'm fucked up, bro. I'm performing like trash. We're dying on like round 8 every single time, bro. We're just trolling at this point. And I get really nauseous. I remember sitting there, and I get that, you know, that feeling where you just feel something needs to come up in the back of your throat? Like, you just know you're gonna vomit no matter how you breathe or how much water you drink or how slowly you drink it. You just know you're gonna yak. That's exactly how I felt. So I get up, and I go to Sam's bathroom. And I'm sitting in there for what felt like a fucking eternity. And I'm telling you right now, my vomit looks like the Grinch's vomit. It is some dark green shit, and I'm sending it out of my gullet. I am aggressively yakking. I puke so hard that it gets to the point where the only thing coming out of me is like my bile, my yellow fucking stomach acid, dude. It's bad. You guys know what I'm talking about. After a night of going out and drinking too much, it's literally like fucking alcohol poisoning, but DXM edition, NyQuil poisoning. So I'm sitting there, and I'm yakking my fucking gullet up. And Sam eventually comes over and knocks on the door, and he's like, yo, you good, man? And I originally think he's coming to check on me. I'm like, yeah, thanks, man, I'm good. He's like, oh, hurry up, I gotta fucking puke. So I'm sitting there, and I'm still audibly yakking. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, Sam, I'm not gonna lie, man, you're gonna have to hit a garbage can, bro. So I hear him through the door, and this fucking guy, I remember this so well, because I started laughing my ass off in the middle of vomiting. He lets out a mean-ass burp. He's like, all right, dude. And not even 5 seconds later, I just hear this man vomit so aggressively, dude. This guy's now keeled over the garbage bin. I'm in his bathroom fucking yakking. And I finish up before he did, obviously, because I've been yakking for quite a bit before he came and checked on me. So I finish up and get out of the bathroom, and now this guy's fucking kneeled over his kitchen garbage bin. And I'm over here, I'm fucking pouring a glass of water for both of us and shit. I'm kneeling over his kitchen sink trying to catch my breath because I'm worried I'm going to puke again. And we're sitting there yakking our fucking gullets up. I drink my glass of water, and it comes back up not even 10 minutes later. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, bro, I feel like shit. Like, this is terrible. I need to go lay down or some shit. And Sam's like, yeah, dude, let's go lay down, man. We should have drank that NyQuil, dude. We should have just walked really far to the store and stole some shit. And I was like, yeah, you're probably fucking right, man, but we're in for the long haul now. So we go, and I remember this guy had a fire living room, bro. I don't know what this guy's mom did for a living, but it was a good gig. I'll tell you what. This guy had 3 giant-ass full-size leather couches in his living room, and they were so fucking comfy. I'm sprawled out on one, he's sprawled out on the other, and we're booling, dude. We're laying there. But still, every like 10, 15 minutes, I get up and just throw up whatever water I drank and stomach bile. This goes on for about an hour, and then eventually he's like, oh, dude, my mom's going to be home soon. I think you got to go. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, fuck, bro. I'm so sick. Like, how am I gonna get home, bro? Like, I'm still throwing up. Like, I feel like shit. So I bust out my phone. I make a new Uber account. The good old classic method. We already discussed that earlier. I hail my ride. And I throw up literally right before the Uber gets there. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, I yacked right before the Uber pulled up. I should be good to make this ride home. It's only like a 15-minute drive. I'll be okay. I get in this Uber driver's car and I'm sitting in the back seat. And I remember I'm just sitting in silence the whole time. And this guy keeps trying to fucking talk to me. He's like, oh, so, how's your day been, man? And all this shit. And I'm sitting there and I'm giving him the shortest answers ever. I'm like, good. Solid. Yeah. Because I'm fighting my demons inside, bro. Every ounce of my body is fighting the urge to yak all over this guy's back seat. And finally, it gets to the point where I can't hold it anymore. I feel that kind of just tightness in my throat. And I'm like, dude, it's coming now. That tightness in my stomach, it's clenching. I knew it. My stomach was churning. I knew I was going to yak. So I remember we pull up, and we're like maybe halfway to my house. And we're driving up to this. There's this gas station sign that I can see on the right-hand side. That's at the next light. I tell this guy, I'm like, yo, dude, just fucking drop me off here. And he's like, well, are you sure? Like, this isn't even close to where you're going. And I'm like, dude, just drop me off. And he's like, are you sure? Like, I could stop here if you want me to. And I'm like, nope, just fucking drop me off. I don't know why I didn't tell him to just pull up there and wait. But I really thought that I was going to be in that bathroom for a solid, 30 minutes with how bad my stomach was feeling. So this guy pulls up at the gas station. I'm like, thanks for the fucking ride, man. Just cancel it now. And I get out and I go in that fucking bathroom at this gas station. And I puke my fucking guts up, dude. I'm yakking so hard, I'm worried that I'm going to start throwing up blood, dude. Like, it's starting to hurt. Because I'm trying to puke, but nothing's coming out. I'm dry heaving hard as fuck, dude. To the point where, I'm actually in pain, and that's something that hasn't happened to me very many times. So finally, I kind of recover from that, and I realized, dude, I got to get the fuck home. So I sit in this bathroom, and I remember some guy knocked on the door while I was in there. I just said it was occupied and fucking never came out until my Uber was there, bro. Because I was so scared of throwing up again that I had the bathroom on reserve, bro. I sat in that bitch until my next ride came, and at this point, I was 6 or 7 minutes away from my house. So it was no big deal, but I'm still sitting in that bitch terrified, petrified, I tell you. Uber number 2 finally pulls up, and I hop in the backseat of that bitch and get home. And I'll tell you right now, I get home, all right, I eat some Pepto-Bismol. My yak just went from fucking green to yellow to pink, dude. I had the full spectrum of yak this night, dude. Nothing stayed down the whole evening. But listen, hey, I did okay, I think I did pretty okay. For basically having NyQuil poisoning, I'd say I survived. I remember I called Sam up after I got home, and I was like, dude, let's never fucking do that again. He was like, yeah, for sure. And I'm pretty sure we hung out literally the next day and did some real drugs, like smoking weed and drinking liquor. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you did. Don't forget to follow my new Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next one.